Chiefs fans, get ready. We're breaking down the latest from our game in Brazil to recent Isaiah Pacheco news.
Plus, we're predicting the 53-man roster.
From the heart of Kansas City, we're bringing Buck and Bob take on Chiefs Kingdom. I'm Bob.
I'm Buck. We're not fancy analysts,
but we have just as many bad takes. What's up, Buck? How you doing?
Man, it's been a busy weekend, buddy. We had a lot of events going. Today's actually my birthday. I turned 50 today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. So we celebrated this weekend. We went to a bar, I would say downtown, but it's way past downtown. It's actually in Northtown. And it's connected. Yeah, in Zona Rosa, if anybody's familiar with the area. But there's a comedy club that's connected to it. They're kind of, you can kind of walk back and forth. So when we first got there to this place, we see this guy. We went outside to the smoking area. A bunch of people wanted to vape and stuff. And so we go outside and we can see something's going on. People are kind of like forming around this area. And we look down the street and there's this guy who looks like he's just hammered, falling all over this car. And this lady in this car is just trying to get by him. And we're like, what's going on? And then Bob actually noticed somebody filming him. And he's like, dude, that's a content creator. This is bad form, man. And I was like, yeah. And literally the whole thing went down. And the whole crowd, after it was done, we knew it was definitely staged at that point, or at least the guys were in on it. And all of us, we were all booing. Everybody was booing like, man, that's lame content.
It's like, yeah, it's like, what are you just trying to make it on TikTok? That's lame.
And the poor woman.
She almost hit a car too. She almost backed into a car.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people thought she was in on it. We weren't sure until after it was over, and she was clearly not in on it. But anyway, the guy comes walking towards us, and he says, Murr's telling me to do it. Now, anybody that doesn't know who Murr is, there's a TV show called Impractical Jokers. It's about these four best friends from the East Coast. They've been best friends since like junior high school. And they do these silly skits where one guy will have to go out into the public and interact with people, or two guys, whatever it is. The other guys are in a control booth with microphones, and they're telling them what to do. They're trying to embarrass their buddies, and they make a game out of it. I don't know if it's the biggest, most popular show in the world, but a lot of people have heard it. I have been a massive fan since day one. I've watched every episode 5 times over. I absolutely love these guys. And I always said, I'm halfway across the country from where these guys film. No chance it'll ever happen. But if it ever did, 2 hours later, after all this went down, we're having a few cocktails. We've forgotten all about it. We're not talking about it at all. It's some of the people have already left. My buddy Daniel already left. We're standing around the birthday cake, which we had already cut. We had already eaten. We had already put it away. The other half of it's all put away. And we're standing around, and in the corner of my eye, I see that guy at the end of our table. Immediately, I was like, this is my chance. My one opportunity to encounter anything that has to do with any of this. Now, this isn't one of the 4 guys that's at the end of the table, but I know that Murr is one of the 4 guys, and he's in the other room telling him. And so he gets on the table and he's looking at the cake, and I'm like, what, you want some cake? And he goes, yeah, I want some cake. And so I took the thing off and I was like, have some cake. And he looks at me and he goes, Murr's telling me what to do. And I go, yeah, I know. and then he's like, he wants me to put my face in it. I was like, put your face in it. Like, why are you? Rub it around a little bit, enjoy it. It's really good cake. Yeah.
Okay, so right after he put his face in the cake, your mom said something to him that made him crack up. And I don't know what she said. She said something. He looked at her and he couldn't stop laughing. She must have said something like, well, that's ruined now, or something like that, or just something.
There's my beautiful daughter standing next to me there on the left.
She said something like, I don't know. She said something cheeky that he thought was pretty funny, but
she's witty. She's a witty person, so that doesn't surprise me. But no, I was caught up in the moment. I was absolutely focused on what he was doing. A bomb could have gone off in the other half of the room and I would have had no idea. I was just focused on this. I mean, I even told, as he was walking away, I was like, tag us. And he looks at me all confused. He goes, "And what?" I'm like, "Whatever you guys do, just tag us."
And you given out all your cards?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So I had to give up. I had to give him a card. So he was like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, it was pretty funny. And I thought the first stunt was a little dangerous, but I thought this was great. I thought this was really funny.
I thought it was uncool, but the cool part about it, so everybody in the theater is watching this. This was all a live show. Murr was telling him while he's on stage in front of all these people what to do, and so they had the guy filming it. We were up on the
big screen next
in
door,
there, right?
Yep.
And we had. I didn't know anything about that at all. Hadn't even considered it, and so 20 minutes later, whatever, as people are filtering out the doors, we're right there next to the entrance. People are pointing and those are the guys. Like, that was really cool. I don't remember a whole lot of that part because that was pretty late, but yeah.
You were definitely
having a good time.
Definitely, man. Definitely pretty I don't want to say the D word. Dude, there's a bunch of words that get you
desperate. Why would you
that
say
take
desperate?
you out of the algorithm? But yeah, you were woo. I mean, you might have been swinging your underwear around later on if you kept going at that level.
I said I want to spend this much energy with every single one of my friends, and so that one piece of energy usually takes few seconds to ingest. Usually the energy goes down like this. And, at the end of the night, I had a lot of friends there. So there was a lot of energy consumed. Yeah. So, yeah.
Nice.
Stayed up till almost 5 a.m. I'm too old for that, by the way.
Dude, and yeah, I am too old for that, but I seem to do it every time I go to any convention or anything. I mean, I'm like, they basically call me the Energizer Buddy. Yeah. And they don't understand, like, dude, you're too old for this. But I don't know, man. My body just keeps going.
You get excited about stuff. And when it's an entire weekend event, you've been, at this point in your life, you've done it enough times that you're kind of,
I also pace really well. Yeah, I pace
but
like
you don't
lots of people don't see, but like where everybody else keeps drinking and never drinks water, I go and I slam 16 ounces of water every hour while I'm drinking normally. And like, I just go do that, without telling anybody, but it's just like I'm a pro at it, So
yeah, no, you'll go to bed at like 4 a.m, and then at 8 a.m, you'll be like, you'll be standing up over us with coffee and donuts. You're already showered. And
I've already went to the hot tub, baby.
You kidding me, man?
Yep.
Take a nap.
Yeah, well, I do go. I do hibernate for like 4 days after cons. That 3 days definitely takes a toll that I have to recharge. But yeah, it was a really good birthday. We got you downtown.
Yep. Yeah, it was great. Great time.
All right,
thank you, HD Chiefs fan, for the happy birthday, and Brian, early happy birthday, buddy. I hope your birthday is half as much fun as mine because it was awesome.
All right, well, we're basically most of this show is going to be the 53-man roster. Mel was cool enough to make me a cool spreadsheet that I could do the stuff with, and we could track it easily. So
dude, I really thought you were just about to drop the Mel was cool enough to decide to join us last minute.
Oh, that would be great. That'd be great. No, Mel just wants to come on after the games. Like that's just what she wants to do, and so yeah. So I don't pressure her to do anything else, and she doesn't want to. But we're gonna briefly talk about some quick news, but then we're basically most of it's gonna be the way too soon 53-man roster, but we want to test our skills and see if we turn out to be right. So we're not gonna, because there's gonna be injuries, but barring injuries, we will not count injuries as us being wrong. So
I'm gonna be honest, if you do really, really well and the only thing that you get wrong is a couple of guys that didn't get injured, that's all I'm gonna talk about the rest of the season.
Oh, well, it's you and me. We're making it together.
Oh, I know. Yeah, but we might disagree on a couple of guys.
Yeah, Mel has plenty of stuff to do. She she's been on many podcasts with me and with other people. She's even run her own podcast. I mean, she's written a freaking book. Like, she's
the fun
impressive.
part for her is watching the game and then talking about the game. So that just like
what everybody would want to do, you know. Yep. But like, you know, for people to hear her, we have to do all this work on the side, you know,
which is fine. Love having it.
Oh, hold on. We should address this really quick. Brian Parrott just brought up math. Okay. So we should actually here. Hold on. So you were actually right, technically. Last week. Last week we had a debate, a heated debate about.
Oh, it got heated. I almost left.
Yeah, we had a heated debate about what was in the middle, and he said in the middle of 10 is 5.
55 was my favorite number because 5's in the middle, and it was doubled up. That was
then cool. I said, well, wouldn't the middle be 5.5? And he goes, no, 0 to 10. I was like, okay, 0 to 10 works, but I don't think 1 through 10 works. I think 5.5 would actually be the middle. Then we just kind of dropped it. But then Brian Parrott brought it up in the comments. It was like, Bob's great at math. 5 plus 5 equals 10. 5 plus 5.5 or 5.5 plus 5.5 equals 11.
I'm just going to be honest with you. I didn't drop it. I was waiting, and it could be 5 years from now for when the Chiefs, HD Chiefs fan, I believe, is the one that said that, you know, right now they can't use the number 0. But when they make it to where they can use, the Chiefs make it to where they can use the number 0, I was going to bring that back up. Believe me, that was going to be one.
So, real quick.
Lock it up.
I was just going to do this here. So we're doing extensive paint, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Uh-huh. So now let's get our little fancy drawing tool. We'll use red. Now, if you do here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is riveting content, folks, by the way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right here, this is the middle. Yeah. If you use 0.
Well, I've always been a math-minded person. So to me, it always started with 0.
If you're not, well, because base 10 doesn't have 10 in it. So you say 10 didn't make sense. Like, just like base 3 wouldn't have like, it just goes 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 13, 21. Or 20.
Let's not get too far.
So base 3 is just a base. Like, we use base 10. So 10 is where it actually resets.
Thank you, HD Chiefs fan.
If we're looking at what I was thinking, this is the actual middle, which would be described as 5.5. So I wasn't crazy. Like, there's five digits here, 5 digits here. The middle would be in between.
All right, yeah, but you're so overcomplicating. The reason that I like 55 as a jersey number is because they don't do decimals yet on jerseys. So until they do, 5's in the middle. That's why I like 55. That's why I liked 55 growing up, at least. Okay,
I got you. I just never thought of 5 as the middle, so that's what confused me. But this is the same type of argument as how many holes are in a straw. 1 or 2.
Well, there's 1.
Yep. Well, many people would argue there's 2.
I mean, I could see the argument though, because there's 2 different planes, right? So you got to look at one end and you look at the other end. So I can see that there's a hole on each end and the hole meets in the middle. So I can see that argument. But I think I would agree that there's 1 hole.
HD Chiefs fans is just trying to get under my skin by using the word obviously. Well played, sir. Well played. Well played. But I mean, Brian made a compelling argument. 5.5 plus 5.5 does not equal 10, so it's not in the middle of 10. But then if you add 0 to it, it would. Yeah, it's
Although
all
Brian,
over the place.
Brian does have a good
it's pretty
point.
funny.
55 is the middle of 110, but 55 is not. That's not the reason I like 55. I just liked 55 because I like the number 5, but 5 was too plain, so I liked 55. That's why. I was a kid. I mean, that's why I picked that number. Now I like 50. I like 42. This is my favorite number now.
But yeah, so that's I was actually underthinking it is how I came up with that, because I was just like, well, 5 can't be the middle because
that's you underthinking it.
Because I was just like 5 can't be the middle because 5 plus 5 equals 10, and so they're the only, like, it's not 5.5. The middle is actually between the number 5 and 6. No actual point, no actual number. There's no number. It's just 5 and 6 hold the middle of 1 through 10.
That's why.
All right, we've gone too far on this. I probably shouldn't even have brought it up, but
the whole point. I thought the point of that was to say that I was right, but it turns out it wasn't. It was for you to be like, well, I thought you were right, but no, I'm taking that back.
No, I mean, technically, I think you were right. I'm not sure. Guys, tell us in the comments what you think, because I would love to know. Like, I think it's semantics, if I'm being honest, but Brian made the 5.5. I just don't know how I can argue with that. So
HD Chiefs fan said 5.5 is the middle of 10 after too many margaritas. Bob doesn't traditionally drink margaritas
unless I'm eating Mexican.
He does, yeah, but that's just not his. That's not his thing.
All right, well, let's
get
into some Chief stuff.
Sales tax. Brian said sales tax. I like it.
HD Chiefs fan in the chats, worst nightmare has come true. The Kansas City Star, in an article, came out and said that it is for sure we are playing the Chargers in Brazil, opening game of the season.
Have you ever been there?
No, I'd love to go there, but
oh man, I went and took a tour and it was absolutely amazing.
I don't know why more movies aren't shot in South America. There's so many cool places.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. All you
got
to do is
the Aztec stuff and everything else. Like,
just do like me and you go to google.com and then you just type in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and then go to the images tab and take you a virtual tour. That's what I did. I spent like a half an hour touring.
Well, that was awesome, man.
Earlier today.
We've actually been there. That's
all these places.
The day and age that we live in. You could have put a VR headset on and actually walked around probably.
You know what's weird, man? I mean, there's a few, they're all cityscape pictures, and there's a couple of pictures that have cars in them, but for the most part, it looks like a completely ghost city. That it looks gorgeous. There's no people, even the ones that have cars in them. This is like a 6-lane highway with a couple bypasses, and there's like 14 cars in the whole picture. There's no traffic.
Let's talk about the pros and cons.
Brazil?
Yeah, so a definite con is, boy, that's going to suck because all of the travel week 1 out of your, like, everybody has said, every player has said either, oh, it doesn't bother me, or that doing the international games is rough. Like, every honest player has said that. It's not as bad as London, I don't think, though, because the time zone doesn't change as much as like going across the pond, right? So it doesn't suck as much that way, but
it's still a long way.
Yeah. But it's a long way to travel, but it's just, you don't have to complete, like, I don't know that they'll have to go there a week early like they probably would going to Germany or London or Australia or something like that.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that actually before you move on to the next. So I know that traditionally NFL teams, when they're doing these trips overseas, they like to get out there as soon as possible so that they can get over any jet lag, any the time zone difference, getting used to that, the new sleep schedule and all that, and then getting used to your surroundings a little bit. But I think Andy Reid doesn't buy into that. He doesn't mind going last minute. And like you said, that's a really good point. I mean, this mileage wise, this is probably fairly comparable to from here to London, but the time zone difference. London is that that way, right? But Brazil is that way. And so there might be a couple of time zones. So there might be a few hours
Brazil's
difference. But yeah,
south.
London
Yeah,
is
London's
like,
east.
you know,
You
it's
were like
probably
locking
15
up when you
hours.
were doing the that way, that way.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, we also do audio. It's not popular on audio, but we do audio. Maybe that's why it's not popular, because we're always like this way and look at my face.
Yeah, but the time zone difference, I think that's a big deal. I don't really.
But it's not that much of a jump like the time zone in Brazil.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Yeah. Because you're going mostly south rather than east or west. So that's not that bad. A pro would be that it's a Chargers home game. So we don't lose a home game. To be honest, the Chargers really don't lose a home game anyway because they don't have home games.
Right.
So, they're basically the team that's famous for the other team showing up.
Yep.
The other team's fans showing up.
And they keep moving around too. Them and the Raiders.
What's up, Steve in chat?
So yeah, it would be a home game for them, so we wouldn't lose one. And we have lost one, I think, the last couple of years, didn't we? Like one, did we not?
I have no clue. You are asking.
Anyway, the Chiefs don't necessarily see that as a con anyway, if it is them losing the home game, because of all the benefits that they see that they're getting out of it. The international love that they're going to get. They're going to get a lot of fans. There's probably a lot of people down there that would love to watch some American football. And when we come down there, a lot of those people that are looking for a team to latch on to, these are going to be the two teams that they're going to root for. So they're going to get the Chiefs
playing our
game,
a bunch
of fans, and the Chargers are going to get a bunch of fans.
Well, and you saw playing our game in Germany was huge for our fan base. We even had a guy from the Germany fan club came on and did was it the pick for? It was the pick for Noel or the pick for Royals? I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But he came up for one of them. And he was like, "Good fans."
But I think the fact that this is a divisional game too, they're going to hype that up, and this will kind of show the international, the Brazilian fan base, not only what an NFL game can look like, but an important NFL game that matters. They're going to talk about that the whole week before. I mean, that's what they're going to hype up. So I think there's really not much downside to this.
I think there is definitely downside as for the opening game, because everybody's kind of cold the opening game, right? It's definitely everybody's kind of cold. I mean, honestly, like in the first thing. So maybe you could make it an argument that it's a good thing that we're playing our first cold game over there. But then, I mean, and I may say cold as in you're unpracticed, unrefined, right. Unchiseled, like not cold as in burr.
You're still not at 100%, mid-season form. You're not there yet.
Yeah. So that is a downside, and just all the travel. We also don't know. We don't know quite yet. Like, what if we play that game and then have a Thursday night game the following week? You know what I mean? So until the schedule's out, we don't know how much time we have in between it. It'd be great if we play that game and then play a Monday night game. That would be advantageous.
They certainly wouldn't do that to the Chiefs. I mean,
you would never play the 3 games in 11 days.
11 days. Might have been 10 days.
Disclaimer, that happened to 3 other teams.
It did.
It happened to 3 other teams.
It just happened to be the 3 other teams. We were 2 of the other teams were teams we played in that 3-week span too. So they were all getting screwed.
Was it the Texans, the Eagles, and
Texans,
the Steelers?
Steelers. Yeah, Steelers was the 3 other teams. Game. Yeah,
it was definitely the Texans and the Steelers. I just don't know if it was the Eagles. Now I'm not sure it was the Eagles.
Damn it! It seems like an eternity ago.
Long time ago.
Wait,
we got our ass kicked at the
Ryan
Super Bowl.
said that I had a brand new Mustang roll by me today at 135th and 69 today. The personal plate said Royals 5. Oh, okay. Personal plate said Royals 5. Is it Jalen or George Brett? Pretty sure that's George Brett. Yeah.
Yep.
That was his number.
And why he didn't pick,
doesn't know.
Why Royals didn't pick 85, I have no clue. Like 15 was taken, but 85, you could have got 85. What were you doing, Royals? What are you doing?
Was it Royals' choice?
I mean, usually it's the rookie's choice, but we need to get back on. We need to get back on topic. I'm going to elaborate on what you were saying about the benefits for overseas games and for just growing our fan base in general. We are a small market team, and small market teams make quite a bit less on their franchise than the big market teams. Okay. And there is ways to pay more money in your franchise to be better. The cap stops you from doing a lot. It stops you from turning, the NFL into baseball, but you can still pay your coaches, coordinators, staff more. That's not in cap. You can get new facilities for training. There's a lot of things you can spend money on that will increase your chances to win. So us being in a small market, getting overseas fans that pay into the whole organization allows Clark Hunt to spend more money on us. And then there's also things you could do with the cap too, with signing bonuses that pop off of, you can't do a ton of it. It's not like you can just do it with every player. There's rules to it. They're very extensive, but you can get benefits and basically pay players over the cap just a little bit each year. And that's another boost that, say, the Dallas Cowboys take advantage of every time. So it is a good thing to get us more fans in other places. And if we have to go overseas, if we have to go to new countries, I think the benefits outweigh the costs. And I'm kind of glad it's at the start of the season, if I'm being honest, just because we'll be cold.
I agree. I absolutely agree with you there. Just to get it out of the way, if for nothing else. And I think they traditionally usually are in the first half of the season, but I could be wrong about that. But here's what I think. I think Clark Hunt is thinking way, way further ahead than any of us are even considering right now. I think he's thinking not even in his lifetime. He's thinking the next generation and the generation after that. In 100 years, if civilization doesn't absolutely implode on itself, in 100 years, this will be a worldwide game. It will. There will be teams all over the world. And to be at the forefront of that and not only taking it on as, all right, well, we're one of the better teams, so I guess we'll go ahead and take it. We'll do that for the NFL. Clark Hunt is embracing it just as much as he's embracing the Christmas game. Let's get the NFL out there. Let's get the Kansas City Chiefs out there specifically. This isn't a thing about this year. I mean, dude, I don't think he would care if he lost money on it.
The only reason football hasn't taken over worldwide is because to play soccer, you just need a ball.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Yeah.
And, and there is flag football, but it's not the same as, football is the closest thing to the Roman Colosseum and gladiators. I mean, it really is. Like rugby doesn't even come close. Sorry, guys. Like
no, but what'll happen
this
is
gladiators.
Is they'll start little flag football. You're going to see that pop up all over the world. We're already seeing it in the United States, and eventually they'll start picking some of these really great standout kids on some of these teams in the countries. And then, a country like Brazil, it might have 10 of those kids come out of there this year, but in 10 years, it might be 50 kids coming out of there. All right. Well, now they're big enough to start maybe some kind of league there that the NFL will help fund and then start picking talent. And then in 20 to 50 years, they're going to have regular talent that is on pace and completely parallel with the talent that's in the NFL nowadays.
And the NFL has seen this trend, and they're the biggest supporters of what's the other league called? The minor league for the NFL right now, like
college football.
No, the minor league for the NFL, the ones that they helped fund. Like we had the XFL try to come, and then we had the other one try to come.
I'm not familiar with it whatsoever.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know the name of it. I don't watch it.
All the new guys this year are all from the draft. We drafted a bunch of guys, and they got a bunch of undrafted free agents. I didn't see anywhere where it was from another league. UFL.
HD Chiefs fans. The what's the United Football League? Is that what it's called?
What is the closest team in the UFL to us?
Yeah, if we had a team if we had a team here, I would definitely follow it and go to the games because the games would be cheap, right?
But are the teams affiliated with other teams? Like, do the Chiefs affiliated?
No. It's okay. So saying a minor league team was wrong. Sorry about that. Yeah, they're not a feeder, but it's a feeder league, basically.
Right. Stands out.
And it started up. Yeah, it started up. I don't know. It started like 6 or 7 years ago or something like that. Yeah. So, but the NFL helped fund it rather than the NFL trying to take down the XFL and whatever the XFL comeback one was. But yeah, like the NFL, I think, wants to do that, and they could probably help get it going in other countries. That's a good point that I had not thought of. All right, well. You have any other thoughts about the Brazil game? I think it's a good thing overall.
No, I'll tell you what I am looking forward to is, they like to do the little montages of the beautiful countryside and the different things that are that they're trying to highlight in a different country, right? And one of the things that Brazil is known for is the beautiful women in bikinis on the beach, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of that before the Chiefs game.
I, wasn't going to say it, but yeah, I mean, South America has some of the most beautiful women on the planet.
I kept it classy.
Yeah, they are definitely beautiful. But yeah, that's not what I'm looking forward to the most, but I'm also not single like you. So, I mean, I'm not going to be upset about it, but it's not something that I'm like excited about,
Mel's going to be on the other couch. She's not even going to be watching the TV. She's just going to be staring at you like, "What are you looking at, Bob?"
Oh, you got it wrong, dude. She'll be like, she'll be rating them with like with me. She'll be like, she's more like a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's a 10.
Like 9. That's a 23.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Well, Buck, do you want to just go over some of the roster moves we did and chat while he's going over this? We don't know a ton about a lot of these guys. So if you guys like any of these guys, pipe up in chat. Let us know.
Yeah. So recently, as a good portion of you already know, we did sign the first round draft pick, Josh Simmons, as noted in X. You can check that out at Chiefs.
We don't know much about him, though. Yeah, we're not going to talk about Josh Simmons. We know a ton about Josh.
That was it. That was the end of Josh Simmons. We also got a hold of undrafted free agents, wide receiver Jimmy Holiday, linebacker Cooper McDonald, and safety Major Williams.
Now, I do know some stuff about Major, but I'll talk about it after you're done.
Oh, you're good. So the team also waived safety Will Brooks and wide receiver Justin Lockhart. and that was with an injury designation, and that was stuff that we all found on X. But yeah, I did a little looking with Major Williams. He's a guy. He could have been drafted.
Oh, dude. Yeah. He's really a guy. Okay, so I love Chief Concerns YouTube channel. It's run by Jason Dunn. He's supposed to come on the podcast at some time this season. I'm trying to work it out with Marcus, the guy that runs their channel.
Former Kansas City Chief Jason Dunn.
Yep, former Kansas City Chief Jason Dunn. Yeah, and he had Major Williams on his show, and the guy seems like he knows a lot. Seems like he really is ready to go, and it seems like the Chiefs were impressed because he got signed after being there a day. So, I mean, yeah, if you guys want to check that out, it's on the Chiefs Concerns channel. If you just search Chiefs Concerns, he was on there for about a half an hour. But he looks like someone who could actually make the team. As we're going through the roster later, I might actually slot him in if I find a spot, because it sounds like he's a hard hitter.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the only one I really know anything about. Like, does anybody in chat know?
It's really hard to follow all these guys because, even Andy Reid said that, I mean, these guys are absolutely just praying for some attention that they're probably not going to get, but it gives their rookies that they just drafted a chance to work out with some other guys on the same playing field. So, no, go ahead, Bob.
Well,
I see you want to make a point.
Yeah, he said that about Chiefs rookie minicamp where they had like 90 people come in, and it wasn't our people, but these guys have been signed. They're on the actual official 90-man roster, not to be confused with the 90 people that came to rookie minicamp, because there were only like 30 people that were signed on our roster in that group.
I mean, we'll see, man. We got a lot of depth in our backfield, I feel like, and we just added a bunch of pieces. So I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because we are going to talk about that. But
we definitely are.
But that might be one of the ones that we don't necessarily agree on.
I'm trying to figure out HC Chiefs fans' comment here.
Bunghole's first round pick is sitting out for now. Such a Bungholes thing.
TP for my bungholes?
They were so him and Brian were going back and forth about the UFL there for a minute. So I wonder if that's what they were referring to. Is there a team in the UFL?
I just thought of Beavis and Butthead. TP for
I'm not gonna lie. If there's a team in the UFL called
Bengals. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna use that.
I do too. Now I want a bunghole Bengals jersey.
Hey, we should make a shirt. We have guys, we have new merch at buckandbob.com. That's BUKNBOB.com. Check it out. Maybe we should make a
Cincinnati
Bungholes shirt. We could just wear it to, whenever we play them. Actually, I don't know if that would sell. maybe it would.
I think there would be at least two.
Joe Burrow, and it says on the back,
might be
Joe Burrow who? All right. Yeah, so dude, Isaiah Pacheco. Dude, okay, so Isaiah Pacheco went back and graduated from Rutgers University. Okay. So the storyline on this is he went into the draft and his parents were kind of pissed. And he promised his parents, hey, I will complete my degree. And dude, he went back and as a man of his word, he did it. Like that, dude, I love smart players, and man, I'm so bummed that I don't know that we're gonna keep Pacheco. We don't keep running backs. We don't keep homegrown running backs. It's just that's what we do. So but I'm so happy for him.
And he's preparing himself for a life outside of the NFL. I mean, you need a college degree these days. And I honestly, if he's the guy that told his parents that, and you would have told me 2 years ago that he told his parents that, and that maybe not 2 years ago, 6 months ago, I would have said, yeah, no, he's the guy that's going to follow through with that. He definitely will. You can just tell he's kind of a man of integrity. He wears his heart on his shoulder, and yeah, he's easy to root for. Fun fact, says Brian, Anaconda and the creature from the Black Lagoon were both filmed in Brazil. I mean, that's kind of expected, I would guess.
Anaconda? Well, he probably was saying that because I was like, why aren't more movies filmed there? I just mean, like, couldn't they take advantage? I wonder if just because I guess they really don't use Egypt for the pyramids anymore. They just use CGI and stuff. So I guess it makes sense. Really, the truth is tax breaks. So, like Brazil probably doesn't give good movie tax breaks. So yeah, Isaiah Pacheco graduated. That is really cool because, dude, once you're making all that money, to be able to tell yourself, hey, instead of going and having fun, going to, Palm Springs this weekend and going to Bermuda this weekend and going over, across the pond this weekend, instead you're sitting home hitting the books. Man, Pacheco's a good dude, man. He's a good dude.
I want to root for him, man, and I really hope for the absolute best out of him, but I really think it's going to take his absolute best to remain a guy on this team for a few more seasons. But
yep.
We'll see. We don't know what's going to happen. He's had plenty of time to return from that injury, though. Now at this point,
I hope, because when he returned this last season, he did not have the pop. He did not have the pop that he was. Like, he did not live up to his nickname. He did not have the pop. He wasn't jumping back up. I'm hoping he's got his pop back because he's going to need that because he still has never had vision. He runs into the back of his players. I mean, it is his own, offensive lineman. And he just, he was just kind of starting to become more patient last year, right before he got hurt, which is the part that just makes you want to cry because he might have been, just about to hit that, level up Super Saiyan 1, it was close, man. But I'm hoping he comes back strong because we're going to be talking about it soon in our 53-man roster because the running back room is a little it's the one that's a little light, a little thin, little thin. So
we should have drafted big on that running back, man.
I wish we had, but I'm pretty freaking happy with this draft, and I honestly think Smith was a steal.
I mean, that's the only way it could have gone better. For me, to have
in my opinion, a workhorse running back,
but otherwise
Andy couldn't ignore.
And we didn't think that was going to happen. I mean, that was kind of a pipe dream, they could climb up and grab a big running back. We didn't think it would happen, but if it did happen, that would have been amazing. But best case scenario, not having that option, taking Josh and going the way that they did was absolutely amazing.
And grats in the chat to Brian Parrott, one of the best listeners of all the different Chiefs podcasts. I frequent the live streams and I love to jump in and talk live and interact with the hosts, and Brian's there with me every time. So congrats to his youngest for graduating college Wednesday night. Congrats.
That's very awesome, man. My youngest will be starting kindergarten this next fall. So got a long way to go for my youngest to graduate, but my oldest has graduated.
So yeah, just a teaser for next episode. We're going to be talking all about the schedule. And the schedule's set to release in 2 days. We'll be doing a news update. When that comes out, probably come out Thursday. Unfortunately, like, we're the small creators, so we so when we upload a video compared to, like, say, how about those Chiefs or all Chiefed Up, right? They actually get theirs processed in about 5 minutes as opposed to us, where it's about 2 hours, right? So if we just upload immediately and we just put it live, it'd actually be in SD for at least 2 hours, which will kill any retention we have on that video. So small creators kind of are stuck with, like, setting their stuff to come out 12 to 24 hours later. And that's, like, pretty much the best way to jump into the algorithm for a small creator, is you're giving the algorithm YouTube time to process. Whereas those big guys already have a fan base that instantly looks at their stuff. And so YouTube prioritizes their servers for them, which makes complete sense. But we have to live by the small creators game. So anybody watching this right now, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Please like. Please share
comment
us out to other people. Comments help so much. Give us comments. It's crazy. We've been doing this. This is the last week of the Tamba giveaway, and I can't get people to leave comments to save their life. But small creators have a problem with that. Who wants to leave comments when there's like 5 comments? Like, it's like kind of somebody in a room. Do you want to, like, talk, when there's, like, nobody there? Or are you comfortable with talking if there's a huge crowd? Or somebody who's, say there's a guy at a farmer's market, and there's a ton of people at one guy's stand. Everybody there's talking, right? But then you got the stand where the guy's sitting there by himself and he's looking at you, and you're just like, I want to go up to his stand, but I'm gonna have to talk to him. And you don't want to do it. It's human. That's what it is. So small creators, we need you guys. We need you to comment. Like, help us out.
I will say that Bob is that guy. He is the guy that will go into the small creator that only has 1 or 2 comments, and he'll comment just to help out. He'll be the guy that
find me
when we go to Comic-Con and there's 800 people in this line for this booth and 50 people in this line for this booth, and this line obviously has people that nobody wants to talk to because they're weird or awkward. Bob will walk right up to those guys, spark up a conversation like they've been neighbors and friends for years. And it's fun to watch. And it's honestly, it's a bit embarrassing to hang out with him at times, but he's always got the greatest intentions. So yeah, he's not asking you to do anything that he wouldn't be doing himself.
You could actually look at it. I do it on YouTube. I go and watch the other podcasts on Chiefs that get 125 views max. Like, some of them have 50, and I comment in their chat. I like their video. Like, I do have to run out of my other stuff, but I do in the off season. I've run out of a ton, so I've went and watched all these. Like, I didn't even know so many Chiefs podcasts existed because the algorithm hides them. Like, completely hides them. You can't even find them if you search. So we need your help. Please give us comments. And right now, for this video and for our next news one, you're going to have a chance to enter Tamba. We're going to go ahead and play that commercial real quick, and then we're going to come back and we're going to build our 53-man roster. So,
and we're going to argue.
Yep. Yeah, we'll be right back after these messages. We'll be right back. Only old people will know that. Our YouTube channel is doing a giveaway to try and give back to you, but also help us at the same time. Recently, we were able to sit down with Tamba Hali, and we got to have a fun episode with him. Had a great conversation. And at the end, he was kind enough to sign 3 photos of him. And one of them I've got back on my wall here. I don't know if you can see it. I can't point to it, but it's right there. And then the other one went to Buck. And then this one right here is going to go to one of you guys. And it is already framed. It's a great giveaway. One caveat, though, we will only pay for shipping to ship it to the United States. So for anybody listening overseas or out of the country, I apologize about that. All right, guys, here's how you enter. You get 1 entry for each video that you like and comment on. We will be doing 4 podcasts in this month time. April 21st will be the first one. Then the last one will be May 12th, and the last day to actually enter is May 16th. All you got to do, like and comment, and you get 1 entry. So you can for sure get 4 entries. And then on top of that, we don't know how many news videos we will put out, but you can get more entries each news video. If we do our 4 podcasts and we do 3 news videos, you can get up to 7 entries. Last day to do it will be May 16th. So if you're hearing this and it's a month into the competition, you can go and put comments and like the older videos. As long as it's done before May 16th, that's the day that the cutoff is. May 17th, I will tally up everybody's entries. Then on the following show that week, May 19th, we will do the drawing for it live, and we'll do it using random.org, and we will show the spreadsheet with the numbers on it beforehand. So you'll see everything's legit. Thank you and good luck.
That's going to be awesome. Anybody that's a longtime Chiefs fan, I think this is a great gift or piece of art to put on your wall like we have. You can't see mine right now because I don't have an awesome wall yet like Bob does, but it is up now. I do have it up. So, Bob, we can't hear you.
I muted for the commercial, but you have an awesome, 3D printing backup.
I do. Yeah, I got a couple of printers going. It's a it's almost like owning a boat. They say owning a boat is like owning a hole that you throw money into, right? 3D printing is kind of like that, but on a very low scale.
Well, and it also drives you nuts because I'm like, you're not printing during the episode, right?
Yeah, I remember the first time I tried to do that. Yeah, I've upgraded my fans. Well, I had to. A bunch of them went out, so I upgraded the fans now. You can't tell that it's printing right now, can you?
Nope. Which is all I care about. But when I heard that, I was like, dude, that's not going to work. This is my first podcast. I've been doing this a long time. And like people, if you're smart, if your mic picks up your AC, you better turn that off while you record. It doesn't matter if you're sweating. People will leave if you have weird audio stuff. So it's just kind of something I've learned. But all right, dude. Are we ready to build our roster? This is the first time we have done this, guys. We started this channel last year. We weren't comfortable doing this last year. We are comfortable now. I'm going to be honest, Buck. I'm a little nervous.
What are you nervous about? Getting it wrong?
Just, yeah. I'm not nervous about that. Getting it wrong. Just doing something stupid, but I don't think like we've learned so much since we started this podcast. We were already savvy fans, but we've learned so much still to learn.
Oh yeah, there's way more to learn than we.
Yeah, we appreciate the comments, the chat. Like you guys help us learn. I am fine being wrong, but the thing that I want is to always be right later if somebody proves me wrong. Yeah, Buck, you give me that eye, but you're thinking of the Bob 25 years ago or 20 years ago, when I was a hothead, and like a lot of young people think that your opinion is fact and think your opinion matters. Where when you get older, you realize your opinion doesn't matter for shit. And if you get mad that but you live and you learn, that's why,
Yeah.
youth is wasted on the young, right?
Yeah, no, that is not a lie. Yeah.
All right.
I see my son doing stuff and I'm like, just listen to me. I promise it'll go better. And he's like, shut up, man.
Yeah, he's like, dude, and he's hilarious because he's a gamer nerd. So he's like, shut up, ancient. He calls us the ancients.
Yes, yeah, he does.
Oh man. All right, so here we go.
That I thought you talked to Chiefs. Yeah, we're about to get into the 53 man. So
what's up, Tom? Played
golf
right in time. I played golf with Tom today. We're not going to talk about it because he whooped my. He definitely he was like 5 over. I was like 10 over. So yeah, he did really well. But Tom's a good guy. All right, so I started this out, and I just put out. So basically, everybody on the 90-man rosters here on the left side, we're gonna start moving them over to the right. As we do that, it will update over here in this table and give us a grand total. I say we go through all the positions, we put who we want in, and then we cut after that. What do you think?
Okay. Yeah, and then who was it? Brian had a good suggestion: is keep the position counts from last year, maybe a couple more linemen. Yeah, we're going to get really close to what it was last year. We've got a breakdown of what they kept in every position last year. So
yep.
But yeah,
we got that on the other side here.
We might tweak it a little bit. Yeah, just depending. And they're probably only going to keep 2 running backs, right?
Yeah, I maybe should have put that here on the other side, but I didn't think to do that. I'll think to do that next year.
All right.
All right. Okay, so we got Elijah Badger, which a lot of people are talking about. We got Sky Moore. We got Nico Rubio. I'm just going to go ahead and throw Jalen Royals and Juju Smith-Schuster over.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
You've already got Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice, and Xavier Worthy over there for anybody that didn't know that or that's listening.
Yep. So I'm almost positive these 5 are going to be there. So let's add in. So Tyquan Thornton was the guy we got from the Patriots. He's a little speedster, a little short guy. We have a lot of little short guys. Oh, I don't know. We wanted him though in the draft, but
I'll say this: with this lineup of wide receivers, if Sky Moore makes the final 53, that says a full novel of information about these other wide receivers. I can't imagine a situation where Sky Moore would make this team with the kind of
we're going to put him on there for right now.
You're going to put him on the 53?
The problem is that everybody in the Chiefs, we're going to put him there for now. We're probably going to cut him. But
then you should put Justin Ross over there too.
I don't know. Justin Ross has been hyped up for the last 3 years in camp and never made the 53-man roster. So he's been a practice squatter for life. So I don't think we actually put him up there. But Elijah Badger is one that could be. I just don't know enough about him. So I say not even put him up there because the Chiefs last year took 7 wide receivers right off the bat. And we have 7 now.
Yeah.
Justin Ross, Tyquan Thornton, and Elijah Badger are wild cards at the moment.
I have to believe somebody is going to make it over Sky Moore. So we need to replace Sky Moore with at least one of those guys. We've got the littlest amount of faith in Elijah Badger and information. Let's go ahead and throw him on there over Sky Moore. Please.
All right. Well, here, I'm going to just put him here
as our 8th
and cut him later.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
All right. So we have 8 wideouts. So let's move down to the tight ends. I mean, we know Travis Kelce. We
He's got
know
a good
Travis
chance of making
Kelce
it.
and Noah Gray.
Yeah, absolutely. Jared
So
Wiley? I think Jared Wiley. I
Jared
mean, as long
Wiley,
as he's
yeah, as long as he
healthy.
doesn't get hurt. So we're gonna go ahead and throw Jared Wiley in there. He, for anybody who doesn't know, he was a draft pick, I think, a 4th-round pick for us last year. And then he got hurt in camp. So he got but he got a ACL injury. So who knows if he's coming back? We're not sure, but we're gonna go ahead and put him up there now. Jake Brittingstool. Have you heard anything about this guy? Because I'm throwing him on for now.
No. Why are you throwing him on over Robert Tonyan and Trey Watson? I've at least heard the name Robert Tonyan or Tanyan.
Because
I'd be more inclined to put him up there.
Jake was the 11th rated tight end in the draft this year. He went undrafted. We brought him in as a undrafted free agent. But a lot of people are talking. He's 6'6". He's a big guy. Can't block for shit, but can catch the ball. I mean, it sounds a lot like Kelce.
Is Graham Walker already gone?
According to the 90-man roster here.
Right. For those of you not familiar, Graham Walker is Patrick Mahomes' half brother.
Yeah,
he's a tight end brought in as an undrafted free agent.
I told you, I think it'd be really weird if they brought him in just because of the talent we have in the room. I think they were giving him film to possibly get looked at by other teams. I think it was a favor, basically, to bring him on.
Absolutely agree. Yeah, I didn't think he had much of a chance of making the team, but he wasn't going to get anything for free as far as career is concerned, other than an opportunity, like you said, to put him, give him some time on film.
All right, there you go. HD Chiefs fan has answered your question.
Oh, he signed with the Jags. Good for him.
Yeah, Bell's gone. God, what was Bell's first name?
If you got a friend that has the last
Blake.
name Bell and you don't call him Taco, then you're doing something wrong.
Taco Bell. Yeah. Blake's 33. Wow, I didn't even realize he was that old. Yeah, Blake's gone. Blake is gone.
He's probably signed by the Jaguars also.
All right, so now it's weird that I do have to refresh this every time. So now we're up to 12. I say last year the Chiefs took 4 tight ends. I think we're going to stop there.
Agreed.
And let's move on to tackles. So it's weird. We only have 2 tackles. It's because NFL. So we're just gonna have to deal with this.
Because they also have offensive tackles.
Yeah. Here, I'm just gonna change this.
Just be linemen.
I'm just gonna change this to OT, which will fix our thing here. All right. So I'm saying Kingsley, and actually, what do they have guards? Do they have it off OG? Where's guards?
There's just guard right there. Trey Smith right in the middle, just G.
Oh, offensive line here.
There's also a G, yeah. So
where? Just G?
Yeah, down. Okay, stop.
Oh, that's annoying. Okay, well, we'll
Did
go.
You get that from the Chiefs website?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that.
They do that weird shit. All right, so
they do with defensive backs and then safeties and then cornerbacks and
So we
just do it all the same.
We know from Andy Reid that Kingsley is going to start the season out combating as left guard. So we're going to go ahead and just make him a guard. Dude, here, I just need to fix this real quick or it's going to drive me nuts. We're going to do offensive guard, offensive tackle, offensive line. That makes sense because they're like swing players. Guard Trey Smith, we're gonna change him to OG. Mel, how do I Alphabetized.
Just add them over there. It's not going to matter because they're going to be in the main player list.
All right. Well, then let's just do all of the line now for offense. So we do Kingsley Suamataia and Jawan Taylor. Jawan Taylor is our starting right tackle. Kingsley's supposed to be the starting left guard. So we'll go ahead and move them over. Let's go down to I'm just gonna grab our starters first. Where's Trace? Oh yeah. See, this is why I should have looked at this. I did not realize that they had all these different all right, so we got Trey over there, then we need center Creed Humphrey. Let's get our starters in here. Kingsley's. So we got, what starter am I missing? I'm missing
the left tackle.
Yeah. Okay. So that's going to be Moore to start. Jalen Moore. I have to change this to tackle. This is driving me nuts. All right. X. All right. So now we have our starting line. All right. So now we have our offensive line starters. We have them all in there. Now we have to pick the extra O line. We went with 10 last year.
I think they're definitely going with 10 or 11 this year.
All right. So
Josh Simmons, definitely.
Yep. Where was he at? He was up here.
You were just on him. No, he's down. O-line. Yep. They're right there.
Yep. Josh is for sure making it.
Yeah. Wanye, I feel like is 99%. Mike Caliendo, I feel like is a 99%.
Mike, yeah, maybe, yeah, dude. I don't know why, but like Andy loves him.
I think we should put Chewbacca on there just because that guy's got the coolest name.
Chewbacca. All right.
Did you just make fun of me?
No, I made fun of Chewbacca. It was just it was a bad Chewbacca. All right. Wanye Morris. All right.
Wanye.
All right. So that gives us what?
8 or 9, I think.
Wait, we just put 2 on. We should have.
You got 2, 5, 6.
We have 5. Oh, 6.
Yeah.
2,
center. Oh no,
6. Okay, yeah. Okay. Didn't I just put Wanye and Mike Caliendo on after we had? Oh my goodness. All right. So I think it's what Mel talked about. All right, we're just gonna have to add this like blank thing. Wait, no. Why is Mike Caliendo not on there?
I don't know. Because there's not an O line. There's not an O line category up there.
Yep.
You can just change him to OG and OT.
I just don't understand. All right, we'll try that.
I mean, Caliendo's going to be a guard. Wanye will probably be a tackle.
We'll just do that. That's so annoying. Yeah, that works now. It's still gonna break. This is so. I'm sorry. This is so scuffed, guys.
Well, if you don't, if we make sure that, so those offensive those OTs will be good. Those OLs, if we bring them over, we got to change it to guard or tackle, just for the sake of this.
All right, we got 3 guards, 4. So we got 8. Who's the other lineman? The other 2 linemen you think?
What do we got here? So those are our choices right there. The offensive line: Hunter Norzad, Asa Pole. It's hard to read here. CJ Hansen, Dalton Cooper, Chewbacca.
I think Hunter's a one.
I mean, he's a familiar name. Yeah, change it to tackle, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
Will that do it? If it's lowercase?
I have no idea.
Well, you
I
could
don't
try
ever
it
I don't
slants.
ever use Excel. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The offensive tackles were here. Like, I don't understand why it's not showing up.
So I mean, okay, I'm just gonna say Chewbacca just because I love the name and I want to root for that guy to make it. The other
All right.
guys I just don't know anything about, so I can't speak on it. You
Well,
know, and
chat's helping us.
okay.
So
CJ Hansen is Creed's backup, so he's gonna make it. All right.
so he probably is gonna have to make it, right?
That's something that we ought to know.
I mean,
Chew Godric. Oh, that's our Chewbacca guy's not gonna make it. He could be wrong.
all right, so we now have what? Four. We now have 11.
10. That's 10.
Oh, yeah,
Cool.
10. Sorry. All right. All right.
Are they gonna keep a number 11?
Oh, yeah, we should probably add Patrick Mahomes and Gardner Minshew for sure.
Whoa. You just think Gardner Minshew is the for sure backup?
Yep. Yeah, see, this shit isn't working. There. I got the clear for P. See, I think Mel's right. The blank thing has to be in there. Hiding it makes it hide blanks. So anytime I add somebody in, it doesn't work.
Okay.
All right. So I think it's fixed now. All right. So yeah, we got 2 QBs now. We should just go ahead and put these in too, because it'll just make it easier. Put the punter in. Put a kicker in. Harrison butt kicker. And then where's our long snapper? Oh my gosh, where's he at?
Probably Winchester, probably down at the bottom.
No, because it's sorted by position.
There it is. Right there. You had your
right got it. All right.
Your mouse was literally on it.
Man, what a rough little thing we got going here. Sorry, guys. All right. So
Uncle
we're
Rico
up
is the backup.
27. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think all we need left for offense is all we need for offense is
running backs. And yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead, put Kareem Hunt over here. Go ahead and move Elijah Pacheco over here. Go ahead and move Brashard Smith over here.
Elijah Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell is literally glass, but I'm gonna put him over here.
That was young. That's the wrong Elijah.
Oh shit. Wait. Wow, we have a lot of Elijahs.
Uh-huh.
We have a lot of Keyshawn's too. The whole NFL has a lot of Keyshawn's. All right. Where's what's his name? Oh, so we're just gonna throw this up here for now. We're very possibly gonna cut him from our actual roster, but right there is what I got for the running backs.
I think that they like him in the return game enough to keep him.
Well, we'll talk about that. Let's just get this made now. All right, so we're up to 32. So we only could, if we were going to go with this roster, we could only have 20 people or 21 people on defense.
Well, we're going to keep like 15 defensive backs. All right. Well, let's build the line.
I wish D would show up over here, but
build the line. Well, maybe we can ask Melissa to play with it a little bit for next year.
All right. So last year we went with 9 defensive line. How do I do this where I
just bring them over
right,
into that column. Okay, there you
go. George Karlaftis. I'm just grabbing the ones we're almost positive that they're gonna take. Who am I missing?
Did you get?
Oh man, I didn't copy it. Jesus. Hold on. We'll just do it like this.
Yeah, I think you were missing Gelati. I'm not sure if you got him or not.
I didn't get any of them because I forgot to cut before I pasted. So we'll just do this. Nickelodeon. All right, defensive tackle.
You don't have to put them right up next, like in the next row under them. Like you can put them in the column over to the side, so you don't have to keep scrolling up and down every time.
What do you mean?
Like, who's the next guy? Just grab it, Felix. Yeah, Ashton Gelati. Grab him and just move him over to those two columns, but just two columns over, same row. No.
I don't know what that means.
All right, you're Xing those two. Now, move your cursor over to the right.
I'm not. No. Yeah. I'm not gonna do that. Right. Like you're trying to just paste it down here.
Yeah, and then you can just.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I will screw it up. I'll just do this. And tell me if I'm moving somebody wrong. Dude, we are really low on defensive tackle, aren't we? Where is what's his name? The other defensive tackle.
I think you already put him up there. The one we just drafted?
No. The yeah, what's his name? The run stopper, big dude.
I don't know.
Oh, right here.
Oh, Mike Pennell?
He's listed as nose tackle? Jesus Christ, dude. You should not have grabbed this from the Chiefs site. We're a fucking 4-3. We don't have a nose tackle. Oh my God. There's no such thing as a nose tackle in the 4-3 because there's no nose. There's no middle of the defensive line in the 4-3. So there can be no nose.
Well, it's a busted up nose and it's cockeyed to the side. So he plays the left nose position.
And Mike Dana. Man, I should have just renamed all of these like defensive line just to make it like more simple. All right. I think that's good though for the line. Hold on. What do we got here? 2 defensive tackles, 7, 8. We only have 8, so it's very possible they're going to take more. 8 would be the least amount because dude, Spags loves to rotate people in,
and we've had so many injuries. You know they're going to have somebody. It's just who at that point.
Oh yeah. Thank you. There we go. All right. I do think we're going to take another defensive tackle, but maybe he's not on the team yet. So I'm going to just cheat and not put him in there because I don't see anybody on this list. Chat, do you see anybody on this list that makes you think?
Yeah, Marlon Tiapololatu.
Who is that? I don't know.
I've heard of him before, so that's the only reason. The other guys I've never heard of. Jerry Tillery, HD Chiefs fan, yelled Jerry Tillery. All capitals.
I don't know much about him. All right, but we'll throw him in for fun. All right. Fresh. All right. All right. You want to move on to
linebackers?
I'm going to try to go up here. Well, let's just do linebackers. Yeah. All right. So Jeffrey Bassa, Nick Bolton, Leo Chanel, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And then Jack Cochran. Wait, no. Drew Tranquil, for sure. All right. That's already pretty full.
And how many?
We only kept 5 linebackers last year. I mean, you think? I don't know. I think Jack Cochran would be the only other one on this list. Yeah?
Yeah, probably. Why does Cole Christensen sound so familiar?
It does sound really familiar. He was not a linebacker we kept last year, but no, he's not the one we brought over from the Chargers.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. But he's
played the one Broncos game.
Yeah. Gelati is our rookie linebacker, but he's a defensive end.
Yeah, Gelati's not a linebacker. He's a defensive end. Yeah, HD Chiefs fan. He's a pass rusher, which would be an outside linebacker in the 3-4, but yeah, not in the 4-3. 4-3 pass rushers are cheaper than 3-4 pass rushers. 3-4 pass rushers have to do a lot of coverage. So that's why the Chiefs don't normally go for them. That's why we were so confused when we got the one guy from the Patriots. All right. Yeah, when Spags took over, I think is when we moved back to 4-3 because we were 3-4 for a bit. Tamba played both through many coaching changes.
Wasn't it Robinson was the defensive coordinator before Spags?
I forget.
Yeah,
but
we hated him.
All right, so I'm going to move to safeties now. Okay. Ryan Cook, Mike Edwards.
Nazeeh
Go ahead
Johnson.
And put him there. Where the hell is Hicks? Dude, the Chiefs. Okay.
He's probably listed as a defensive back.
I'm going to throw Mayor Williams in there. Yeah,
but you don't think Nazeeh Johnson?
Not at the moment. Hold on. Okay. Let me grab the other ones. So, all right. So both.
There's Jalen Hicks, defensive back, and Noel Williams.
Yep, Jalen Hicks. Where's Connor? Where the hell's Jamari Connor? He's also a actual safety. We played him at nickel last year. Here, Jamari Connor. All right, so I have to change this. This is so dumb. Connor is a safety. Hicks is a safety. All right. That makes me feel a lot better. We played Connor at nickel, but he is an actual safety. All right. So there's safeties. All right. Now corners. We got Noel Williams. Okay. Quarterback. Sorry.
What are we at, 46 or 48 right now?
We have a lot more than that. Hold on. Noel Williams, quarterback. Yeah, 52 at the moment. Yep. All right. So Christian Fulton, McDuffie, corners. Sure. Okay. At least we have these like labeled right. The DB just means they can play corner or safety in the Chiefs offense, but there's no reason to have that here.
But yeah.
So who else we got here? Joshua Williams. We'll put him in there. Where's Jalen Watson? There he is. All right. So, This cut down is going to be rough, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Roland Wallace, dude, freaking. I mean, Andy hates, or Spags seems to hate Chris Roland Wallace. Like, he never gives him a shot on anything.
How many do we have right now?
We've got 56. Chat. Who are we missing?
Oh, corners. There it is. 5 corners. And how many safeties?
Who on this here, Buck? How can I like sort this so they shoot back up to the left?
You just pick those 2 columns, A and B, and then right click on them and sort.
I don't want to fuck this up. How do I do this?
I'm pretty sure that's it. If it fucks it up, then just hit a Control Z.
Okay. It said no on that.
You shall not pass.
Well, I just don't want to, like, I wanted to make sure the columns stick together. It can't be done. The multiple range selection. Select a single range and try again. All right, sort.
Yeah, but if you do that, everything. Yeah, that's gonna. Well, it's not gonna break anything that we have on the right hand side. It's just gonna mess up the positions and the players. Well,
sort doesn't even say anything. Oh my god, I should have just made my own thing. I was gonna make my own thing with pictures and stuff. I should have just done that. This is so dumb.
So it would have taken, I don't know.
Yeah, it would have taken a lot longer, but we would have done this where we're sitting here looking like idiots trying to like. Yeah, I should have never let Mel talk me into using this. All right, well.
Yeah, well, we can see on the right what we have built, and we know we've got to cut 3 guys.
But here, anybody in here, we should have in Nazeeh Johnson. Lots of people would.
I said
I don't. I don't know that he.
What do you guys think, Nazeeh Johnson?
I don't know that he makes the team. Like, I really don't.
Well, answer me this. We're 56 right now. We've got how many 4 safeties? 5 safeties? Who would he replace out of those 5 safeties? Because we can't add him. I have a hard time believing they're going to keep 5 safeties.
I don't think anybody.
So,
well, that you say that though, but like they're marked as defensive backs. Like, so just think of the total. Just think of the total. We basically have 10 defensive backs total, and last year they kept 10. I really think the 10 we have.
Yeah.
So
you changed
Nazeeh Johnson here. I'll go ahead and throw him in there because, like, we do have Major Williams in. So I don't know that I want to bet on Major Williams when Nazeeh Johnson is like already knows the stuff. Yeah. So so we have 57.
Major out then.
I actually want to. Let's not even start there.
Let's go to running backs. We're not going to keep that many running backs. We're not going to keep all of those guys. At least if we keep 5 running backs, it's because we got some badass running back, and we, and I don't think we have him. I really do. Go back up to. Oh, there they are. Kareem Hunt, Isaiah Pacheco, Brashard Smith. You think Steele?
Dude, I think, if I'm being honest, I think Elijah Mitchell's going to get injured in training camp because he has a 97% chance to get injured in 2025 with, according to injury risk.
Yeah.
What is it? Injuryrisk.com or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like Carson Steele has a chance as long as Elijah Mitchell gets hurt.
Do you think there's a chance that Kareem doesn't make this team?
Not even a little chance, unless he gets hurt. Not even a little chance. Everybody on the team. Travis Kelce's talked about him on New Heights. Patrick Mahomes has talked about him in multiple interviews. Everybody on the team wants to get this man a Super Bowl. I mean, they literally mention him constantly. I think Kareem Hunt, and he produces, and I really think he is our third down back. He is our what's his name this year?
P-Ryan.
Yep.
P-Ryan.
Yeah, he's
okay, so
third down running back that's going to get you 3 yards.
Answer me this, and let's say we get to the cutoff date for the 53 man, and we've got all 5 of these guys. They're all fully healthy. Elijah Mitchell is playing as expected. Do you think that possibly he could beat out Pacheco?
Oh, I think Pacheco would stay over Carson Steele. I mean, Carson might have followed out like fumbles, 2 games in a row.
Team. They like him in special teams.
Yeah, but still, though, we drafted a lot. So, Brashard Smith, and our new corner, Noel Williams, and Jalen Royals are all return guys. Like, I'd almost say Nico Remigio has like less of a chance, if I'm being honest.
Then
I mean, or well, here, let's just take out Sky Moore. That's an easy one to just like get out.
Whew, that Sky, should be worth 2.
You out of here. All right.
Here's a plane ticket.
We got down to 56. We have to cut 3 people. Yeah. We have to cut 3 people.
All right, we got to cut a running back. We have to. I think you're leaning towards Steele. I'm leaning towards Isaiah Pacheco.
Do we have to cut?
Yeah, we can't keep 5.
I mean, he's a fullback technically. And he has an alligator for a pet. I mean,
no.
All right, Carson's out.
What? I think it's Pop. I do,
Pop?
man. I do. He came back. He was healthy. I think Pop has lost his pop.
I think like that could be possible, but I don't think. I mean, we'll have to see in the preseason. I think it's a little crazy to take Pop out. Chat, what do you guys think?
I think for what they're getting from Carson Steele on the special teams, that is worth keeping Carson Steele over Pacheco if he has lost his pop, and I think he's lost his pop.
Well, why don't we just? I mean, the Chiefs did go with 3 last year. They only went with like for our first 53-man roster, like in preseason when we had to declare it was Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Isaiah Pacheco, and Carson Steele. How bad was that? Jesus Christ.
It looked good in preseason.
But just 3 running backs? Oh my God. I don't know.
I think they're keeping 4. I do.
The problem with Smith is I think Smith is literally like
Isaiah Pacheco?
New Brian Westbrook, and he's not a guy that's going to just be your runner. Like, he's going to get probably more receiving yards than running yards, just like Brian Westbrook did in his first season.
But didn't they really try to focus on that with Pacheco too? Try and add him in the screen game. He just didn't have that good of hands.
I think he just didn't have as good of vision. Like, he did catch
whatever he did. Yeah, he didn't have what they wanted out of him. I honestly, man, I think Pop goes over Carson.
Dude, there's no way we can take Pop out of this, though. There's no way.
I think you're putting too much heart into this and not enough
I don't know. I'm the
Brett
one that
Veach.
told you that Pop wasn't that good, but he's still better than
Right. And
Carson. I mean,
as a running back, but I don't think that matters as much as his role in the special teams game. They have him out there for, I would say, a good half, maybe better than 50% of the kickoff returns last year. Yes, he is technically a fullback, but he doesn't. We don't have a real fullback. I mean, he's another running back. He doesn't.
Andy's the one of the few remaining coaches that keeps a fullback on the
I feel like it's just
roster.
an honorary
but
title.
It's not. It's if we were to take Carson out, then our fullback would revert back to Noah Gray, because he's who played fullback the year prior to Carson. So, and there's no other running back on our list that could play fullback. Like, not even a chance.
I'd love to see Chris Jones play fullback.
Yeah, I know, me too. Yeah, Kareem Hunt maybe, but no, I don't think so. There's basically.
I feel like that's a young man's position at this point.
All right, here,
like throwing your body out there, and that's not for Kareem.
All right, well, let's table that for now, because we're gonna have to drop them regardless. Anybody else here jump out? We have to drop 3, so
we have to drop 3, but we haven't dropped any of the running backs.
Jerry Tillery. Oh, I put that as defensive line.
HD Chiefs fan said that Jerry Tillery was a former Charger that signed a 3-year deal. I feel like, yeah, he says Jack Cochran. HD Chiefs fan says Jack Cochran is probably.
I actually agree. Is it Jack Old?
I don't know. I don't know Jack Cochran.
Yeah, no, that's, you're supposed to Google along with me. No, he's 26. Really? But yeah, I don't know his face, so he definitely hasn't done much. What's his stats here? What do we got here?
Man, this is a harder thing to do than I really thought it would be.
Oh, it's that's what makes it fun.
I don't feel like skipping over running backs is the play, though. I think we need to tackle that and figure out what we're gonna do.
All right, he had 3 solo tackles in 2024. Cochran's out. Thank you, HG Chiefs fan. Jack Cochran. Get out of here.
There he is.
All right.
4 linebackers. Yeah. Okay.
We'll go ahead and refresh. We got to get rid of 2. See, this is the hard part. This is what NFL teams have to deal with. Well, I'll drop 2 people. Who's it going to be? Because Jack will go back to the, training squad.
It might be a tight end and a running back.
No, we want our tight ends. Yeah, and I like all of them. Jake might not impress me as much as I think, but I think he is going to be. And honestly, I think Jared Wiley might start off the season as on the
number 2.
No, as can't perf. We don't know much about his injury. Yeah, so
he wouldn't be on the 53 then, would he?
No. If he
then we can take him off.
No, that's a cheat. That's a cheat. We're not doing that.
You just said you think
that's it. No, we're not going to cheat. Ugh. Jerry Tillery. I want to know more about him. Yeah, okay, I do. We did report on this when we got him. I don't know that he's going to be somebody. I mean, he is defensive. See, I don't think we could drop him just because really the only defensive tackles we have, like Mike Pennell, is a run stopper. as they apply it, nose tackle, but
yeah, I feel like at line we have to have at least one backup for every position. So if we got 2 defensive tackles on the field, you got to have 2 backups.
Yeah, let me change Jared Tillery to defensive tackle.
HD Chiefs fan said Burning Stool will probably be the PS. What's that? PS. Players.
All right. Ooh, yeah, we kind of need that. But although
squad,
we have to remember though that Charles Omenihu can line up at defensive tackle. So could FAU. He did it last year. I think so could even Mike Dana. Yeah. We have so many tweeter guys like in the middle. Like that, I mean, the only true defensive ends we have are George Kalafdis and Ashton Gelati. And I'm wondering if they might even have Ashton like light up in the middle. Like Spags just loves to like change that shit up.
So right now you're making a case to get rid of your man, Jerry.
So you really think Jake? Okay, so
I don't
Chiefs
think they're
gonna go with 4 tight ends. I almost guarantee you. Like Andy's done it every year. So are you telling me it's going to be a different tight end? Like is Trey Watson awesome or something? Because we're talking about who we have on the team right now.
No, but I know we're not going to keep 5 running backs.
Well, we only have 4 at the moment. We have 1 fullback.
Okay. Same thing. Well, so we had 3 total. So we had 2 running backs and a fullback last year then.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
That's what we went into.
So we're not keeping 4 running backs
but we did bolster that after though.
So if you're making that argument, then you're arguing more in my favor that we're keeping Steele and getting rid of one of the other running backs. And I think out of those running backs, I think Isaiah Pacheco is the guy.
All right. Well, I'll give you. I mean, if you want to do that, if you want to take a running back out, I'll take out Elijah Mitchell because he's literally never spent an entire season not hurt. So.
Yeah, but hold on a second. You wouldn't take out Jared Wiley because you don't want to cheat, knowing that he's probably going to be on the PUP list.
Jared Wiley got hurt once. Travis Kelce got hurt in his rookie year and then came back to be one of the best, if not the best tight end of all time. Okay. So
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
You don't want to take one guy off because of injury.
Eli Mitchell has been hurt for every year for 5 years straight. So that's where I'm at with that. Like Jared Wiley could definitely come back and be better than ever. So
you know that there is a world.
Mitchell, if you want to.
There is definitely a world where Elijah Mitchell doesn't make the team and Isaiah Pacheco doesn't make the 53. There is a world that happens.
There is, but I'll give you. Are you cool with that? Are you cool with taking out Elijah?
I really want to take out Pop, but I will.
I can't agree with that. Like, and I'm definitely not a like. Pop brings a lot to the locker room too, dude. Like,
yes, but that doesn't put you on a 53 man.
All right, are we cool with taking out Elijah Mitchell?
Yeah, I mean we got to take out a running back.
All right, Elijah's out. All right,
shouldn't have put him there though.
Get rid of one more player. Oh, by myself.
How many of each? Let's look at the right hand side. We got 7 wide receivers. I think we're good there. 4 tight ends. You want to live on that. 35 safeties. We got 6 safeties, although a lot of them are defensive backs, so I understand that. So how many total defensive backs do we have? We got
we have 6 safeties and
and 5. I think we need to get rid of one.
Yep, we definitely do. And I think we're good.
And
Although
I think go back.
I am a little worried about our linebackers. Only having
we only
four.
have 4. Yeah.
But remember, Spags generally only plays 2. Like, okay, so a 4-3 set is normally 4 down defensive linemen, 2 defensive ends, 1 or 2 defensive tackles, then 3 linebackers, 2 corners, 2 safeties. But Spags base set, at least it's what it's been for a long time, is he runs 4 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, 3 corners, and 2 safeties. So he runs basically the 4-3 nickel almost for his base set almost all the time, if not 6 defensive backs and 1 linebacker, like the dime. So
last year they kept 5 linebackers.
They did.
10 total defensive backs is what they kept last year.
And we have 11 defensive backs.
We have 11 defensive back. Yeah.
See, but yeah, we'd have to like drop something else from someplace else though, too.
I get another linebacker. Yeah, I agree.
I think the linebackers we have are probably good, dude.
Okay. We're still sitting on a lot of running backs. Just saying. We got to get rid of a defensive back.
Yeah,
we're get rid of a defensive back. But then I think they might drop a running back and pick up another linebacker. I think that's quite possible.
They might.
But otherwise I'm good. Let's find the safety because I don't think we're dropping any of those defensive backs.
So, dude, I can't decide between Nazeeh Johnson and Joshua Williams.
Really? I think Major Williams is the guy out.
I think he's going to be good, dude. But, I mean, we could put him out to be safe if you want to. But I think he makes the team, dude. Like, I could be wrong, but I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I think, we got to take one of them out.
I mean,
you know what? Dude, you know what? Let's take out Major Williams because you got the running back out that you wanted.
All right.
Not there.
Oh, yeah. Where's he at?
I think he's down. Yeah, there's the safeties right
there. Dude, let's go on record for everybody. I think he's going to make the team, but I have to, I can't win every battle here. We have our 53-man roster. We have our
53 if you're comfortable with 4 linebackers and 38 running backs.
We have 3 running backs and 1 fullback.
I know.
We have one more back than we had before, and
and one less linebacker. Yeah.
Yep. I don't know, man. I think you're wrong about. I think Major's making the team, but only time will tell.
There's still a chance of an extra guy, though. We've got that international spot.
Well, yeah, but I mean that could only be held by an international player. We didn't even have them in here, so
you can't say Kingsley is. I think international.
That'd be nice, wouldn't
it? What's the designation on that? Like, what is it that makes the guy? I mean,
is it Kingsley like from Hawaii or no? He's from
Samoa.
I believe. Where's that at?
It's.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he's an American citizen. Like he was born here. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to be like somebody from another country. Like he's an American. Like there's no like if you're American, you're American. Doesn't matter where you came from.
Oh, you know what? So since we've had this is a recent subject. Tamba, by the time he started in the NFL, he was an American
he was
citizen.
already an
So
American citizen.
he
Yeah.
would not have been eligible to be the international
Nope.
player then. Okay.
Nope.
So had he not got his citizenship and he was just here on a visa or whatever, however he would have been here, then he could have been the international player then?
That's a good question. I wonder if the visa. Yeah.
Because he played
If you're
college
not a
ball.
citizen, yeah,
He
if you're
played
not a
college ball
citizen, I'm
before
pretty sure.
he got his citizenship.
Yeah, if you're not a citizen, I'm pretty sure you would be eligible for that. But if you're here, not becoming a citizen is a bad idea.
Speaking of Tamba, let's not forget we've got that signed picture. All you got to do is go back and like and comment on each of the videos that we've had since what was the date? You can still get credit for liking
you
and
can still
commenting
get
past videos.
credit until Friday, the 16th of May.
But what was the first video that counts in that?
Would have been the podcast we did on the 21st of April.
Every podcast that we've done and every news video that we've done, every single video, anything that's on YouTube,
Nope. No, shorts do not count.
Oh, the shorts don't count.
Nope.
We'll go do it anyway.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna delete all of the shorts from our channel and start a different channel
not
for
the shorts, but the news videos.
Yeah.
The 10-minute news videos. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So the 10-minute news videos and our podcasts, those all count. So go back through that video. Make sure to like it. Make sure to throw a comment on there. You're entered in for each individual one. It's totally legit.
Dude, this was tough.
Sign. Yeah, that's awesome.
This was tough, dude.
It was tough.
I felt a lot more confident coming into this.
Brett Veach isn't just thinking like, well, we got to have 4 linebackers. We got to have this many running backs. He's got all the personal relationships with all these guys too. So it's got to feel tough telling some of these guys, look, we really like you, but we just can't keep you.
It ain't just Veach though. So you and I did a little mini version of what 22, 23 people have to fight about for these types of changes. You got Andy Reid in there. You got all the coaches in there. You got Brett Veach. You got all of Brett Veach's people. And they're all fighting for their guy. Remember you talked about Nico Mihio and Dave Tobe saying he's going to go to bat for him. But Dave Tobe going to bat is like one of 20-some people. You know what I mean? That's got to be rough, dude. It's got to be rough. And then having to tell him. But
he did make this year's 53, at least according to Buck and Bob. Nico did.
We made a pretty good roster, though, here. And I really think, Nico, we could have dropped out. And I honestly think that Sky Moore probably makes it over Nico, which is sad. But it's just the Chiefs seem to love him. And he's really cheap still. So
yeah, well, he hasn't caught anything in over an entire season.
So like Juju Smith, right? He's like our only guy that we put on our roster that's a Justin Watson guy. Like
what Juju, do you mean by that?
It's the guys that do the dirty work, that do the picks,
the Jags,
that do the blocking, that do the these are the guys that they're not getting the ball thrown to them. They have a specific assignment to stop other things on the field. So I honestly think like people are saying Juju might not make it, but I think Juju's a lock. But I don't think Juju's gonna get thrown to a ton. But if Jalen Royals could take over that Watson spot, he could be way more effective than Watson ever was. So
I think Juju might be a little more effective even than you think, just because he's been around this system and Patrick Mahomes now. And I think he's going to be one of Patrick's oh shit guys when everything breaks down, and Juju's he's going to have a relationship with Mahomes that a lot of these new guys don't have yet. and he's going to be one of the guys that, I mean, they can't, when the play's breaking down, they can't cover every single guy at that point. They're going to have to stick on Rice. They're going to have to stick on Worthy. So there's going to be a guy or two that are out there roaming free, and Juju tends to be that guy sometimes. So I think that he might get some action. He still gets thrown to, but you're absolutely right with what you're saying. He is the guy that's out there to have an assignment, but he's still valuable in the passing game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like Justin Watson was from time to time too, but he did a lot of dirty work. Like
HD Chiefs fan said, no way, Nico. He said, well, no way. Nico is a very strong returner. Sky can't return jeans at Walmart.
But the problem I have with Nico making the roster is that we drafted 3 guys that are probably as good as or better returners than Nico. If you're like looking at college, film. So Nico in training camp is going to have to show that he could do it, when he's on offense. Or
I just Nico don't know. Is but there might be, and you can't judge these college guys coming in based on what they did in college, because they're playing 1% NFL players in college. You really got to wait until
judge them. But yeah, well,
you're judging them based on other guys in the same level, but you can't say, well, this guy was an elite returner in college, therefore he'll be an elite returner in the NFL. You just can't do that. You can hope, and you know that it's you got better odds.
Transfer 1-to-1, but
so I think Nico, I don't know that they can see enough in the preseason from any of these other guys returning to say that they'll be better than Nico, because we know what we get from Nico, and Nico is good. He's not okay. He's good at return.
He looked really good at the tail end of the season.
Flashes of greatness every once in a while, but he's way better than average.
Well, this was a more stressful thing than I thought it was actually going to be. I felt real confident going in, but we got through it. Chat, you guys helped us. HD Chiefs fan, Brian Parrott. You guys helped us a lot. Yeah.
That's awesome.
This just proves how tough it is for them to do this. But this is the way too early. There's a lot of training camp to do. We will definitely right before the Chiefs do their 53-man roster, we'll have round 2. I'll have this sorted out so we don't have a bunch of technical issues, but yeah. Oh, is there anything else we're supposed to remind people before we leave here, Buck? Yeah, I don't think so.
We hit the Tamba thing again already.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep. Hopefully people comment on the video, and
that's so cool.
Same. Cool. Yep, it's gonna be same. It's gonna be really cool,
and it's a real signature. We were there.
Yeah, we literally can attest. It was signed while we were there. It was great, and he was like, "Well, when do you want me to sign?" I was like, "Well, you know better than me."
Yeah,
I was like,
it's your picture, man. You can pretty much sign wherever you want.
All right, well, guys, that's gonna do it for tonight's show. Buck, where can we find you?
We hit the 2-hour mark again.
We did.
Yeah. So as always, you can find me on Facebook, but you can find me at X. It's at, I don't even know what to call it. The tag, the ID
at Bucktastic.
Yeah, it's just at Buck_tastic. That's BUK_TASTIK.
And you can find me on X at Blazin_Bob. That's BLAZZIN_BOB. Dude, my brain is just like, whew, from actually sorting through this the whole night. Like my brain is going nuts right now. But
don't delete it. keep it so that when we do the next one, we can compare.
Definitely gonna keep it. And guys, you can find all of our links, all of our stuff at buckandbob.com. That's BUKNBOB.com. We have new merch. We got all kinds of stuff.
And it's a brand new website. So if you've been there before, go there again. It's changed. It's awesome now. It's a real legit.
You could see our recent YouTubes, recent TikToks. It's really cool. Oh, thank you guys so much for supporting us. Like we've had people on X, Facebook and YouTube tonight. Wasn't as big as last week. Last week we had like a surge. We had like 100 people at one point, but we've had
over 100 people for well over an hour.
Right now we've got 14 on X, and we have like 28 followers on X, and on YouTube where we have like, I don't know, what do we have, like 22,500 subs?
We just hit 2,500. Yeah,
we got 6 people watching there. And then Facebook has dropped off, but we did have like 4 people watching at some point. Guys, thank you so much. Share us, tell people about us. We're trying to grow, but dude, it's hard. It's a tough market, and you guys will be the reason, or you guys will help be the reason that we get discovered. We actually have to make good content, but we're working on that. We're making pretty good content at the moment. We're working on good, and then maybe someday we'll be very good, going up to excellent.
Elite.
Yep. So if you have any suggestions for us, any positive, feedback, let us know. We'd love to know how to get better. And
or as Shedeur Sanders would say, legendary.
Nope, that's not gonna work for us.
Legendary.
Latest
in the men, Jay.
All right, guys. Good night.